Welcome to Tanglewood. This is one of the most well-known neighborhoods in Chagrin Falls. I'm going to show you guys around the whole development here. We're going to drive around a little bit, show you some of the houses, the amenities. We're standing out here on the beach with Tanglewood Lake right behind us. You might be able to see the golf course back there as well, but I'll show you some of the great things this has to offer, why it's so hard to get a house or a condo in here. So I'll show you the map and the kind of the general area where Tanglewood is in the Kenton School District, close to Chagrin Falls. You can skip ahead to the driving tour if you want, but let's take a look at this neighborhood. So if we pull up the map, here is the Tanglewood neighborhood. This entire area right here, you can see the golf course, you can see Tanglewood Lake. This is the Giant Eagle Plaza right here. Now most of the condos in this development are going to be up in the front. There are a few in between a little bit towards the center, but the majority of these are single family houses in here on these streets. There are some more condos over on this side, and I'll show you all of these as we drive through. I'll show you the condos first, and then we'll drive through the single family houses as well. Right here is the Giant Eagle Plaza. There's a McDonald's, a couple gas stations, really convenient. What's really nice is that the 422 freeway access is right there. So if we zoom out a little bit, let me show you where this is in relation to everything else. Kenton Schools, right over here. So this is in the Kenton School District, and that's right around the corner, a couple minutes away. And then if we zoom out a little bit further, Chagrin Falls is about 5 minutes right up Chagrin Road there. And then you have some more shopping, Ace Hardware, a drug mart, and then of course all the restaurants and everything within Chagrin. If we go even further out, if you're looking for more closer by, there's Solon right here, lots of restaurants, shopping. You have a Walmart and Home Depot over here, close to Aurora. And then of course you have Cleveland and the lake with anything you'd want down there. I think it took me about 45 minutes the other day to get from this area into downtown Cleveland, so it's not too bad. That's with almost no traffic at all though. And of course you have Akron down here, all the park systems, let's do that a little bit better, down to 71 and 8. Park systems, you have Cuyahoga Valley National Park right there, and lots of parks around. So that's it. Let's jump onto the drone view and I'll show you guys the entire neighborhood, and then we'll drive around and I'll talk about the houses, the prices, everything you need to know about this neighborhood. So you can see here, this is the 422-306 intersection. We're right over the Giant Eagle. Right in the background, you can see the whole Tanglewood development. It's very large, actually. These houses that you see up front, the smaller houses, are all of those condos. And there are a few different condo associations in here, so I'll drive through those and show you most of them. Now, if we go into the middle of the development, the majority of this is those single family houses. You can see the Tanglewood Lake back here. You can see the golf course. This is a public golf course, so you don't have to have a membership here to the golf course if you live in this neighborhood, which is great because it keeps the HOA fees down. There's the pro shop, an event venue. They have a lot of weddings there. And then you can see the other side of Tanglewood Lake. They have tennis courts over there by the lake, and then this really cool little beach area that everyone gets to share if you live in the Tanglewood development. So let's go drive through Tanglewood. We're coming right off of 306 here. I want to show you guys all of the condos first, and then we'll go look at some of the single family. This first road right here is Fairlawn Drive that we're going to go into. These condos are vary in size. Some of them are 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms. There are even 4-bedroom condos in here with master bedrooms on the first floor. They range from about $200,000 to $300,000, and the HOA here is about $250 to $350 a month, and that includes the master HOA as well as the individual condo HOA. Now these are the Walnut Trail condos. These are a little bit interesting. There's actually 6 units in each one of these buildings. The prices are about $200 to $250 in here, so they're a little bit smaller, and the HOA fees are about $250 to $300 a month. So the last ones I want to show you are Eastbrook Trail and Eastbrook Circle. This is Eastbrook Trail. They have 4-unit condos in these 2-story buildings. There are up units and down units. And then Eastbrook Circle has these individual units with 2 stories. They're 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. They're all separated by a garage. These are about $200,000 to $240,000, and they go pretty quickly. There's usually 3 or 4 buyers lined up for those. Now there are a few more roads with condos, but I want to show you guys the single family houses. We're back over on Tanglewood Trail, and I'm just going to drive through this neighborhood so you can see what it's like, see some of the houses and the lake and the amenities that they have, and talk about what the houses are like in here. So the average price for a house in here is about $400,000 to $450,000. Some of them go into the 5s. There was one house that they completely rebuilt and made basically a new house right on the lake that sold for $900,000, but that's very rare. So the majority of houses in here are average about $450,000. Single family houses are about 2,500 square feet, you know, 3-4 bedrooms, 2-3 bathrooms. There are some that go up to 3,000 square feet, and there are a few that are smaller. Most of them have basements. A lot of these were built in the 60s. So the majority of this development was built in the 60s. If you go towards the north side on Northbrook Trail, those were a little closer to the 70s. And then you have Plum Creek on the south side there. It's built a little newer. It's about the 70s, but the majority is 70s and 80s. A lot of the condos in here were built in the 70s and 80s also. The HOA here doesn't really cover a lot for the single family. Of course, the condos, they do the snow plowing and the roofs and things like that. But for the single family, it's basically just maintaining the lake and the signage and stuff like that. And that's why it's $360, $380, about $380 a year for the HOA in here. Now remember that this is a public golf course also, which means you don't have to have a membership there, like I said. Some of the memberships, if you look at Walden in Aurora, it's a golf course community, it's about $400 a month extra that you have to be part of that to live in the Walden development. So you don't have that here because it's a public golf course, which keeps the HOA fees really low. Now all of Tanglewood does have septics on these houses, and there is a well supplied by Tanglewood. It supplies the whole community here, and Tanglewood does have its own little water treatment system and water treatment plant, which is really nice because they treat all the water in this development, and they actually sell water to Giant Eagle as well. And if you're looking around in this area for lake communities, you'll probably see Lake Lucerne, which is right across the street. They do have kind of a similar situation going on over there where it's a lake community, but a lot of those houses over there were built a little earlier. They were kind of more bungalow, summer camp cabin type houses. They're a little bit older and a little more outdated. There are some unique, cool things over there too, so that might be worth checking out, but I think Tanglewood is just a little bit newer and more updated than. And it does look a little bit more manicured because you have the golf course in there. Lake Lucerne doesn't have its own golf course. They just have the lake community over there. And if you guys are interested in seeing more neighborhoods around here, please subscribe to this channel and hit that notification button so you see when new videos come out. We're going to be doing a lot of driving tours of different neighborhoods in here, some of the most popular neighborhoods, lake communities, so you guys don't want to miss out on that. But back to Tanglewood Lake, they do have quite a few amenities and events going on here. It's a pretty active community. I'd say they have a decent sense of community. From what I've heard of people that live there, they really enjoy this community. They have events at the event venue. I think they just had a dinner with Santa, which was pretty popular, and then they have smaller groups within the community. I think they had a bunco group with a very wide age range there also. It's a fairly diverse age range in this community as well. I do know a few people in here that also just move around within the community, so when they want to upsize their house, they'll just buy another house within this community and sell theirs, or downsize into one of the condos, and that's pretty common in the Chagrin Falls area. Some people find a specific neighborhood and they don't really move out of that neighborhood, they just kind of move around within it, so that's pretty unique to this area. Now, of course, if you guys have any questions about this development, houses here, or living in the Chagrin Falls area, I'd love to hear from you. Give me a call, text, or email anytime. I'll put my contact information in the description below. I get calls and texts all the time from people asking questions about moving to this area. And if you do live in this area, or specifically this development, I'd love to hear from you guys. Put a comment down for others to learn from and benefit from. We're just going to keep driving around here, and I'll show you the rest of this development. So that's the Tanglewood neighborhood. If you guys have any questions, of course, give me a call or text or email. I would love to talk to you. But thanks again for watching, and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more driving tours of neighborhoods in the Chagrin Valley area.